you really need the person who hurt you to tell you, I hurt you, and I'm sorry, and I feel awful that I did it? It's beautiful to get it, but do you need it? Do you not know how painful the pain was when you experienced?
Wow, now that was very powerful. Now I can already hear you already. Look, she getting ready to try and talk and tell you to overlook people taking accountability. Wrong. What I'm getting ready to tell you is there's two components to a person inflicting pain on another person. What she is trying to explain is that you may need accountability to maintain a relationship with the person that hurt you. You may need that accountability or them to recognize said accountability, not only to recognize that accountability, but to demonstrate that they are apologetic and they were honest in acknowledging whatever took place or whatever transpired, right? So that's one half of it. But the other half is whether they give you that or not, do you need it to heal? Do you need it to get over the hurdle of the pain, of the victimization, of the the sadness, of the anger, whatever feeling you're holding on to? Are you able to release yourself and move forward and go back to the person that you were prior to the event occurring without that accountability? Because understand that in a lot of cases, or in most cases, even if a person is accountable, it does not release you from how you felt or what thoughts that you may have in connection with what took place. And that's why most people fight for that accountability, because they believe a person acknowledging and being accountable for what they did will release and hit the switch or the reset button for the person that's in pain. When in reality, that's not factual. And here's why. Because when a person inflicts pain on another person, whether or not it's intentional or unconscious, or an unconscious behavior, they are feeling their intent when they do it. So even if you come back to them and say that your understanding and your perception of what occurred manifested in your pain, they are still sitting in their intention. So if they know they didn't mean to hurt you, that is the energy that they carry. If they know that it's a miscommunication, that is the energy that they carry. They're going to offer you a solution if they care. They're going to take accountability and explain what they meant if they care. But they cannot feel the devastation of what you went through, how it made you feel, what it triggered. You could have had a flashback, anything associated with that pain. They are not experiencing and will never experience. So even if they are to own everything that you feel you perceived went wrong with said events, they are more than likely going to be more than capable of doing that. Or they may not. They may not feel like they've done anything wrong and that they don't owe you an apology. You are still left with your energy. So, do you need a person to acknowledge your pain and take accountability and understand what it feels like for you in order for you to get right with yourself and reset and even out your equilibrium and get balanced and get aligned? Do you need those components from an external source to resolve what's going on inside of you? Because understand, you can still arrive at all of those emotions and the person did nothing wrong. You can still arrive at all of those emotions and the individual was not ill-intended. You can still arrive at all of those emotions and the other person was unaware of how their actions were making you feel. So they can have a series of outcomes on their end and your emotions will still arrive in the same place because of how you perceived the events to have unfolded. So if you can create that for yourself, regardless of what happened on the other person's end, do you require them to acknowledge whatever you perceived in order for you to free yourself from the misery? In my opinion, the answer is no. What do you think? Peace.